What are you gonna do?
A committed network has formed in Saskatchewan called Generation Action. We are a group of young adults that are passionate about physical activity. We are not okay that only 15% of youth in the province are active enough, and we are ready to speak out, act out, and get out. We have a voice, and we are not afraid to use it. In November, Saskatchewan in Motion challenged youth from across Saskatchewan to apply to attend the first ever Generation Action Youth Summit. We took the challenge and committed to action by sending in our applications. Supported by the In Motion team, individually we committed to work with other Saskatchewan youth to determine our messages and ensure our voices would be heard. The Generation Action Youth Summit team met for the first time at Cedar Lodge outside of Saskatoon over a weekend in January of 2011. We only had a short time to get to know one another and soon became a team. We had the opportunity to hear from Farley Flex, who challenged us to really become leaders, and Kathy Krzyzanowski spoke about the physical inactivity crisis. As physical activity role models, we got out and enjoyed a minute-to-minute activity and a night hike. On Saturday, it was time to get to business. We worked hard to accumulate a comprehensive list of barriers, benefits, and opportunities for physical activity and identified key audiences and messages. Through Generation Action's Facebook, our team kept in touch and kept on working between our in-person meetings. Once again, we made some time for team bonding and fun. We bowled on a Friday night and took a hip-hop break on Saturday. The next day, the team had a big challenge. We had prioritized all of our work from our initial meeting and decide what we as Saskatchewan youth really wanted to say to provincial leaders and decision makers. We value this opportunity to share with all of you what we think needs to happen to increase physical activity in our province. We are here to speak out for our vision of an active future. The Generation Action Youth Summit team is a small group of Saskatchewan youth who wanted to give the youth of Saskatchewan a voice in this physical activity discussion. We considered as many demographic, socioeconomic situation, geographic location, academic schedules, and much more, but we didn't want to stop there. We reached out to youth all across the province of Saskatchewan and asked them to join us in speaking out. We asked them to commit to be physically active and to work together with leaders in their communities and across the province to create more opportunities for youth to be physically active where they live, learn, work, and play. When they agreed with the statement, felt it was important, and wanted to add their voice to the Generation Action, they signed the Generation Action Youth Charter for physical activity. Youth from all across the province have committed to a physically active future for Saskatchewan. So will you join us?
I'm Katie Bacon, and I'm from Ogama, Saskatchewan. Growing up in a small town, physical activity was my entire life. Every season brings a new sport that teaches the importance of winning and losing, teamwork, and most importantly, it's fun. Physical activity not only benefits kids, but everyone involved in their lives. Kids can make lifelong friends. Physically, they're making themselves a healthy person, and economically, more kids in sports will stimulate the economy of the community. If we can provide more opportunities for kids to be physically active, there's nothing but long-term benefits for the individual and the province. I became part of Generation Action because I want the future generation of my hometown to be able to participate in and enjoy all the fun physical activity has to offer. There are many benefits to being physically active, not only for your health, but for social, environmental, and economic benefit.
I'm Nadia Yassishin, and I'm from Yorkton, Saskatchewan. It was important for me to be a part of Generation Action because I know that what I do now will affect the generations that follow me. I want to know that the kids that follow after me will have just as good, if not a better chance to live healthy, active lives and for it not to be a chore. As youth leaders in the province, we need to encourage everyone to be active and show that it can be fun. For youth to be more active in the province, facilities need to be more accessible. Youth need places to go that are low cost and close to where they live.
Youth across Saskatchewan are ready and willing to join you in taking action now.
Hey, I'm Colin Starblanket from Lebret, Saskatchewan. Being active wasn't always easy as for living in a small community. I practiced many sports in my own backyard. I took being active as a lifestyle choice, not only for my physical well-being, but for my emotional, mental, and spiritual way of living. One thing I think I can do as a leader is show the younger youth why being active is important. It not only can help you achieve more, but it can help you be successful in life. So always be active in what you do, because one day you could be a role model for younger youth to come. Being a part of InMotion was not only a big importance of my goals, but it gives me an opportunity to show the younger youth why it is important to stay active, and it is a good thing in your life.
We need political will to ensure we can have a longer and healthier life.
My name is Kendra Reeder, and I've lived in Regina my whole life. I wanted to be involved with Generation Action because it is important for everyone to be physically active so that we can have healthy communities. Physical activity is important to me because not only do I look and feel better, but I get to have fun and make new friends. As youth, we are working towards voicing our opinion and making the effort to become physically active, but we can only do so much. We need the leaders of today to start acting now for future and present generations.
We need you to take action now so that we can learn and become the leaders of tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Nafisa Abshir, and I'm from Somalia. Being a newcomer had its many challenges, but getting active in my community has helped me make friends, learn English, and even try new things. The fact that only 15% of kids in Saskatchewan are as active as they need to be made me want to take action and join Generation Action to make a difference. Being active is important to me, and I want to inspire other youth in Saskatchewan to get active. I believe that speaking out will have a positive impact on our future, and what a better time to do so than now.
Right now, only 15% of youth of Saskatchewan are as active as they need to be.
My name is Kirsten Jones, and I'm from Medstead, Saskatchewan. So many people think that physical activity means hard work and sweat. Most of the time, it can mean just playing around with your friends and having fun. It makes you feel good about yourself and connected to others. Physical activity is an important part of my day every day. As I continue my education in kinesiology, I continually learn the benefits of leading a healthy lifestyle. I can share this information with my friends and inspire them to lead a healthy lifestyle and have fun at the same time. Getting youth more involved will take efforts from all aspects: peer pressure, availability of resources, incorporating physical activity into everyday life, and educating youth on the benefits of physical activity that they care about. Generation Action means so much. We are a group of Saskatchewan youth who see our peers' habits revolving around technology and being lazy. We want to inspire them to make a positive lifestyle choice. We are committed to making changes in Saskatchewan.
We need provincial leadership to address the physical inactivity crisis now and for the future generation.
In February, we met and determined 3 priority areas to increase physical activity for youth. We invited youth from across the province to share their thoughts and opinions on each of these areas. We are asking for free and low-cost programs and facilities for all children and youth in Saskatchewan.
The need for providing children and youth access to low-cost or free programs is very important because some people may not have the money to put their children in physical activity programs. If children can afford to be put in physical activity programs, they'll stay out of trouble and be more active and be way more alert.
Like here we have Gold's Gym Regina, which is a high-end place, but not all kids have the chance to do the same things as I do.
We need to provide children access to low-cost and free programs because parents just don't have the money to enroll their children in after-school programs. Being active can give children the confidence boost they need to have a more active future and more healthier future.
There'd be more opportunities for other kids that don't have as much as other people.
If we could have more affordable facilities in our neighborhoods, then more children could be active.
Making children pay for wanting to be active is not right.
I think ample access to facilities to get physically active should be allowed for everybody.
When you're active and moving, it's a lot better than being a slob laying on the couch all day.
Not all people can afford to put their children in programs, so in order for it to happen, we need to lower our costs so that all children get a chance to be involved.
We are asking for mandatory physical education and physical activity for all students.
I think PE should be a non-semester class, so you have it all through the year and you're in practice of physical activity. So it should be every other day, even if it's for one credit, it can be every other day the whole year. So everybody has it at all times.
It should be mandatory. It's as important as any other class. And I think if you emphasize it more in schools, kids then will understand its importance more and they'll be more likely to engage in an active lifestyle.
Taking phys ed is important because it helps demonstrate and helps build good habits, like physically active habits for later on in life, and it shows you ways that you can become physically active.
I think it should be mandatory to a level, maybe not forced so much as to what the activities are, but I think there's always a ways to incorporate some level of physical activity into the school.
It helps us feel better and it helps us stay in shape. We are lucky enough to get all these physical activities because it helps us feel good about ourselves.
Gym should be available all year, like twice throughout the year, each semester. Physical fitness isn't only important half the year.
Physical activity helps you in school as well. Like once you get a good sweat on, it's a lot easier to study, I find.
I don't understand why in grade 11 and 12 it becomes an elective. I think you should have to take it because then people just, as they get older, then they just lose all that physical activity that they've been working on since they were little.
We are asking to be involved in decision-making processes that impact physical activity.
When a major decision is going to be made that's ultimately going to affect youth and children, I think that it's important to have their opinion and to have them involved with ultimately what the decision is going to be made. And reality is only youth and children know what youth and children want.
They have the ability to do it, but they just need people to push them to do it. So I think they have all necessary needs to gain like power and do something.
It's important for youth to have a say with decision makers because they're the ones that are seeing things firsthand. They can see what the problems are and they know what needs to be fixed. So the decision makers should really be listening to them to see what needs to be done to fix the problems.
Personally, I really want to play racquetball, the gym, and we never got to because of budget-wise. So I know if we could have some sort of a questionnaire or something on our top, maybe 3 to 5 things we'd like to do outside or inside of school, and then if things consistently kind of show up, the teacher or curriculum should kind of have to give that a thought as something that should be put in.
If they're wanting to get out and be active, I think they're probably the best people to speak up and let the administrators know that that's what they want.
If decision makers are serious about looking out for the best needs of their whatever their jurisdiction is, their power is over, then I think the youth they're the generation of tomorrow, the decision makers of tomorrow.
If more people will listen to what us youth have to say, a lot of us would become more active.
For town councils and provinces, we should have youth representatives, so there's a youth point of view.
Have like kids in meetings too.
We are now asking each of you to join us in leading the movement towards solutions for our future.
Please stand if you are willing to join us. What do we need? Action! What do we need it? Now! What do we need? Action! What do we need it? Now! What do we need? Action! What do we need it? Now! What do we need? Action! What do we need it? Now! What do we need? Action! What do we need it? Now! What do we need?
Fantastic. Fantastic. How about another round of applause?